What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Dear Chiquis, where I answer your questions and I give you advice. That's basically what it is. So if this is your first time listening to this podcast, Dear Chiquis, I recommend it, highly recommend it. I hope you enjoy it. And also Chiquis and Chill, my longer podcast. Okay, guys, let's start this episode. And it starts with Marlene. Let's see what she has to say.
Hi, Chiquis. I've been a fan of yours for over a decade. I love your energy, your personality, just everything. So I recently went through the passing of my boyfriend of 11 years. I have a similar situation when it comes to family and betrayal and just all around toxic. So I'm no longer in contact with my boyfriend's family. They wasted no time after he passed to show me how they really felt. They took a lot of his belongings from me while I wasn't home. Even though it wasn't much, they knew exactly what they took. They completely flipped the story on me. They went and told lies about me. His mom talks so bad about me, yet expects to have access to our 2 kids. My question to you is, what's your advice for toxic family members after betrayal, after they do you so dirty, after they deny everything? I would love to know your opinion. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Marlene, I'm so sorry. First of all, I'm sorry for your loss. I can't even imagine. Damn. You know what? I will tell you that unfortunately, families seem to fall apart after losing a family member. Like, I don't know what happens. I don't know. I've lived it. I've experienced it. And my mom was a huge pillar, a strong pillar in our family. So when that pillar was no longer there, well, a bunch of stuff started happening and started coming out, and people started just showing their true colors. And it's so sad and disheartening, but it's also best to know the truth sooner rather than later, you know? If that is your choice to keep your children away from his family, then I'm okay with that. Once they're old enough, then I feel like, okay, if you guys want to go find and speak to your family and have a relationship, I think that that's fine. But right now, I'm sure they're young and you need to protect their hearts and their minds, you know, because if they're talking bad about you and doing all these things, then they have some soul searching to do, you know? The best advice that I can give you when it comes to toxic family members, because I think we all have them, guys. There's always at least one toxic family member. Stay away. That's the best thing that I can tell you to do. There's nothing wrong. You can love them from afar. Don't speak bad about them. If I can give you some advice, don't speak bad about your man's family to your kids. Like, keep the kids out of it in that way, in that aspect. Protect their little hearts, protect your heart, and stay away. Stay away until hopefully they come around and apologize and can accept their wrongdoings and take accountability and responsibility for their actions. And if they don't, then you stay away and you wish them well and you love them from far and pray for them. Send them love and light. That is the best advice that I can give you. Other than that, revenge does no good, or talking bad about them too, or nada de eso. It's a waste of your time and your energy, and you need to focus on your kids and healing your heart. So that's the best advice I can give you. And I hope that helped. I'm wishing you the best, Marlene. Okay, so our next question comes from an anonymous listener.
Hi, Chiquis. I have asked you a couple of questions on your podcast, and you have given me great advice. So here I am again.
Ooh.
I currently am married for 10 years now. Well, been with this person for 10 years now. But just lately, I learned that within our marriage, he has been using drugs to have sex. And so it has just become habit. Without the drugs, it's not good. And with the drugs, it's good, but it's not the best thing because he's inconsistent. He's leaving my son alone to go and find them while I'm at my part-time. And it just makes my life really hard. I don't have support from my family, and I just don't know what to do anymore. So I just wanted to ask and see what your thoughts are, what I could do. I feel a little stuck, and I really love him, and he's a really good man, but he has this drug problem.
Oh, damn. This is a tough one, babe. Drug addictions are tough. It's a disease. but he has to first accept that he has a problem. If he doesn't want to change for you, for your child, for your household, then it's going to be very hard. I wonder what kind of drug it is, because if it's, I just, not that it really matters, kind of, but regardless, a drug is a drug. And if he's leaving your child alone to go and find this, like it's progressively getting worse, you have to put a stop to it. He needs to know that he's lost you, and you have to be serious. It can't be a game. You have to like for sure be like, I'm done. Like I can't put my child through this, because you're putting now your child in danger. And you have to make a decision. And you have to have a straight up conversation. Like if you don't stop this, give him a warning. I'm sure you've given him plenty, but it's like, dude, this is it. If you don't get your shit together, I have to walk out. I have to protect my kid. He needs to go find help. And you can be there with him and be by his side, but he needs to want it. You can't force him. Like he needs to make a decision as a grown ass man for his family to say, okay, I want to go to rehab. I want to find help. He needs to stop this, because it's going to get worse. And if he needs drugs for his penis to get hard, no. Like you need to find other ways to no. I'm not okay with that. This is your big sister talking, okay? So I'm going to leave it at that, but you know what you got to do, and you need to have that conversation, and tienes que amarrar un ovario and do this for your child if you're going to do it for anyone else, because him leaving your child alone is not okay, because so many things can happen. I'm so upset about that. Now we're going to breathe. I hope everything gets better, babe. And thank you for continuing to listen to Dear Chiquis and sending me questions. And I'm hoping and praying that this advice can help. We're going to move on to Melinda.
Hi, Chiquis. So this is something that I've always been curious about and hope that you can provide the answer. So I'm curious as to how it works when you go on these trips that are beautiful and amazing experiences, go to events or, to nice, expensive restaurants. When you invite a group of people, is it expected for the person that does the invite to pay for everything? Is it a discussion that everybody pays this much? I'm just curious, as being a person that would not be able to afford, these trips, like what do you do if you have a friend where that they're not in a place where they could afford, going on a trip with you, going to a certain restaurant with you? Do you just never invite them? Do you invite them and then offer to pay, or do you just do the invite and see what they say they can pay? I'm really curious as to how all of that works. I always see people on social media doing all these amazing things, and I wonder, what about their friends that truly can't afford it? Are they just left out, or what happens? Thank you. I love you so much.
Oh, I love you too. This is a very good question. I've been in the situation where I've had friends that expected me to pay all the time, and it caused a lot of issues and a lot of frustration within myself. I take responsibility because I could have put a stop to it, but I didn't. I think in a way I was kind of buying their love and I was buying their company, because I didn't want to be alone. I didn't like to be alone, and I wanted to do all these things knowing that they couldn't necessarily afford it. And I was like, well, maybe I can. So I'll do it. And there's nothing wrong with being a person that if you feel in your heart, you want to buy your friend something or invite them to a trip or whatnot. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is when a person starts getting used to it. And I understand, okay, they probably can't this time, but if they're doing well and then they can and they choose not to because they're so used to you doing it, then that's where the issue comes. And that's what happened to me. And now I'm fortunate enough to have friends that we can go out. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, don't worry, I got the bill. It is very important that it's how we word it. Like, hey, let's go to this restaurant. I want to try this restaurant. Let's go. We'll split it. Like, say it from the very beginning so that they can either say, hey, I can't afford it. Hey, I can't do it. Or, hey, yeah, let's go. And everyone already knows you have set the tone of, we're going to split the bill. Or, hey, I invite you. If you're inviting them, It's all in how, and the words that we choose, how we deliver our message. Then you can go and say, okay, well, I'm going to pay for it. I'll pay for your half. Now I have friends where it's like, hey, I know my set of friends where it's like, I know who can go on a trip with me and who can't, or it's just a conversation. I'm grown now and they're grown. It's like, hey, what's up? Can we do this? Are you down? Can you afford it? It's like straight up, without feeling like you're going to hurt anyone's feelings. Or if you're in a position where you can pay for it, then great. And if it's a good friend to you and you're able to do it, then I think that's awesome. It's just people that take advantage, I can't with that. Like, don't take advantage of my kindness. Don't take my kindness for weakness. That irks me so bad. So I hope that answered your question. But because I went in and I was like, hold on, I was trying to remember all kinds of things. But anyways, I am so good. I have good friends now. It's like, hey, we split the bill. And I think that's healthy. I think it's absolutely healthy. So Melinda, thank you for your question. I love you too. I already said it, but yes, don't let people take advantage of you, babe. I don't know if that's happening, but just it's not cute. It's just not fun. It just frustrates you. So our last question comes from Steph.
Howdy, Chiquis. Wanted to say hi, and I'm such a great fan of your family. I need some help. I need some advice. I just broke up with my ex about 6 months ago. It is what it is. Single. Didn't think I was going to be single, but here I am. However, I just can't get over my first. I haven't talked to him. We're just social media friends, but I haven't talked to him in almost 2 years. I just want to see how he's doing. Nothing like, hey, hit me up because I'm single. I want to just say hi, but I am nervous. I have his number, but should I reach him out on social media first or just send him a quick text and just say, hey, how are you doing? It's been in my mind. I've had dreams about him.
Ooh, girl.
But I'm stuck. Should I? Should I not? Funny, my first, I was the one who made the move. So now, almost 10 years later, should I make the move again?
Steph, I like you, girl. Okay, because I love it because you're like, hey, I just broke up with my ex 6 months ago. It is what it is. And we're talking about the first, which is great. Good. I'm glad you're not hurting that much. And honestly, look, I always say this. I would rather take a risk than live with the what if. Hopefully this dude is not in a relationship. If you follow him on social media, that's the first thing. If he's in a relationship, don't do that. If you know that he is with someone, don't do that because that's disrespectful to yourself and to his partner. But if it looks like he's single, why the heck not? Girl, yes. Who cares? All this this whole oh, the guy should make the first move. I made the first move with Emilio. I was like, dude, you got some cute eyes. I was like, I'm feeling you. So anyways, if you want something, you gotta be the one to hey, what's up? You know what I mean? If that's what you feel. If he's not, then why not? That way you get out of that oh, should I? Because that's there's a lot of when you're in limbo, that makes me uncomfortable. So it's just I'd rather just go, bam, let me take this leap of faith. Let me take this risk and see what happens. But if he has a girlfriend, don't do it. Don't. But if he's single, if it seems like he's single, do it. You were the first one to do it last time. Why not now? Do it, Steph. And keep us updated. I want to know what happens. Okay, don't just leave me here and be like, okay, I'm giving you advice, and then you don't let me know what's up. So Steph, let me know if you reach out and what he says, and if the dream can come true, if you know what I mean, because I'm sure it was crazy dreams. Okay, anyways, I want to know all about it. Okay, Steph, so, oh my God, I'm excited. I hope it works out. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for your questions. These were good questions. One of them got me hot, but anyways, and I don't mean horny hot. I mean hot, upset hot. You guys, if you have any questions that you would like me to answer, please leave them. I always tell you guys, speakpipe.com/Chiquis and Chill podcast. That is speakpipe.com/Chiquis and pod. Oh no, I was trying to make a song, but anyways, no, it's not going to work. So speakpipe.com/Chiquis and Chill podcast. All right, you guys, I love you. Thank you for listening to Dear Chiquis and Chiquis and Chill. I really, really love you guys, and I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. I love my podcast, and I'm glad that you love it too. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Besitos. This is a production of iHeartRadio and My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcasts, and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows.